Peace of Mind presents 10 warning signs that may indicate you're dealing with an evil person. We're talking about those red flags, those gut feelings that something isn't right. These are the folks who leave a trail of destruction in their wake, often without a shred of remorse. It's important to recognize these red flags to protect yourself and maintain your well-being. So let's shine a light on these behaviors, because knowledge is power. When you can identify these warning signs, you can start protecting yourself and reclaiming your life. The first sign you might be dealing with an evil person is a chilling lack of empathy. These folks, they just don't seem to care about the feelings or struggles of others. It's like they're emotionally tone deaf. You see them exploiting others without a second thought, using people as pawns in their own game. They lack the fundamental ability to understand or share the feelings of another human being. Evil thrives in the absence of empathy. If you're dealing with someone who consistently shows a lack of empathy, take note, it's a major red flag. Now let's talk about manipulation. Evil people, they're masters of it. They weave intricate webs of deceit, pulling strings and manipulating situations to their advantage. They use people like pawns in a game of chess, always thinking several moves ahead. They're experts at gaslighting, making you doubt your own sanity. Trust your gut. If you constantly feel like you're being played, chances are you are. This next sign, it's a tough one to stomach. Evil people often derive pleasure from the misfortune of others. It's called schadenfreude, and it's a disturbing reality. They might disguise it as amusement, brush it off as dark humor, but deep down, they revel in the pain and suffering of others. They might even go out of their way to create chaos and drama just to watch the world burn. If you notice a consistent pattern of someone taking pleasure in the pain of others, it's a huge red flag. It's a sign of a deeply disturbed and potentially dangerous individual. Now let's talk about honesty. For evil people, honesty is nothing more than a tool, another weapon in their arsenal. They are chronic liars, masters of deception. These lies, they can be big or small, calculated or impulsive. The truth for them is whatever is convenient at the moment. They can look you straight in the eye and lie without flinching. It's this disregard for honesty, for integrity, that allows them to operate with such impunity. One of the hallmarks of an evil person is their utter inability to take responsibility for their actions. They are masters of blame shifting, always pointing the finger at someone else, anything else, to avoid accountability. It's never their fault. They'll come up with elaborate excuses, play the victim, and twist the narrative to paint themselves as the innocent party. This lack of accountability allows them to continue their harmful behavior. They never learn from their mistakes because in their minds they never make any. This constant blame shifting can be incredibly damaging to those around them. Everyone wants to feel some level of control in their lives, but for evil people, this desire for control becomes an obsession. They seek to dominate and control those around them, whether it's through manipulation, intimidation, or coercion. They need to feel like they're the ones calling the shots, the puppet masters pulling the strings. This need for control stems from a place of deep insecurity. It's a vicious cycle that feeds their ego while simultaneously destroying the lives of those around them. Evil people thrive in isolation. They know that the more isolated you are, the more vulnerable you become, and the easier it is for them to exert their control. So they'll systematically work to cut you off from your friends, your family, your support system. They'll plant seeds of doubt, whispering lies about your loved ones, turning you against those who care about you most. This isolation serves a dual purpose. It makes you more reliant on them, and harder for you to reach out for help. It's a classic tactic of abusers and manipulators, and it's one of the most insidious forms of emotional abuse. Behind the mask, the two-faced nature of evil. One of the most dangerous things about evil people is their ability to blend in. They are masters of disguise, presenting a charming and charismatic facade to the world while hiding their true nature behind a mask. They're often the life of the party, the ones who everyone seems to love. But this is all part of the act, a carefully constructed persona designed to disarm and manipulate. Behind closed doors, the mask slips. Their public persona is so convincing that it's hard to believe the stories of those who have experienced their dark side. The weight of the world, living with their constant guilt trips. Evil people are masters of emotional manipulation, and one of their most potent weapons is guilt. They use it like a weapon, constantly bombarding you with guilt trips, making you feel responsible for their emotions, their actions, even their shortcomings. They'll twist your words, misinterpret your actions, and play the victim to elicit your sympathy. This constant barrage of guilt trips can be incredibly draining. It wears you down, erodes your self-esteem, and makes you question your own sanity. Recognize this tactic and protect your mental well-being. No boundaries. Disrespecting your space and values. Boundaries, folks, they're essential for healthy relationships. But evil people, they have no respect for boundaries. They bulldoze right through them, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. They disregard your need for privacy, snooping through your things, reading your emails, listening in on your conversations. This blatant disregard for your boundaries is a clear sign of disrespect. It's a major red flag that you're dealing with someone who is toxic and potentially dangerous. Protecting your peace. Moving forward with strength and wisdom. Recognizing these warning signs is just the first step. It's not about labeling people as evil, it's about protecting yourself. If you find yourself relating to these signs, trust your gut. If you find this video enlightening, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe to Peace of Mind for more content on personal growth, mental health, and well-being. Remember, you deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up, who respect you, who make you feel safe.